It is 99 out, maybe 100 degrees. And I have everything up. I even got a chat room. So I'm getting ready to speak it with all of you. As soon as the page stops jumping around. In fact, I'm not supposed to hear myself. This is funny. So I'm gonna put the ear muffin beyond my ear on my temple so I don't hear myself. And then I'm going to talk. So it is 5:10 p.m. It's like maybe 100 plus degrees outside. I am thoroughly roasting, even though I got a little fan on here to cool down my location, but it's hot nonetheless. And what we're going to talk about for the top of the show, maybe for about 30 minutes, is a continuation with yesterday's Blog Talk Radio program that was called Dreaming for Success. And then we're just going to freestyle it. Nothing in particular I have planned. Just putting forth information for people, and we're just going to fly, not by the seat of our pants, but we are going to fly nonetheless. Woo! I've been dealing with the heat in a completely different way. I got all these people trying to call me when they're not supposed to call me, other people. Some don't know, some have forgotten, and that's the way it rocks and rolls. So I'm just letting some people know through the phone, don't call me. And then we'll get started. In fact, while I'm doing this, let me open up with a prayer through divine power and by divine grace. May we all be blessed by the information that we are about to receive and hear. May we receive all that we intend to receive. I still hear myself. And may we continue to be a blessing to others who walk into our lives, be they family members, friends, co-workers, neighbors, strangers, beings of light that come into your life, because aren't many are advanced and many are checking in with us to see where we are at this time in our life. And one of the things I want to put forward is that those of us who do meditations and prayers on a regular basis, this is still the prayer, may we continue to bless um, the common, I'm going to call it, uh, government structures around the world. May we place a lot of light out on the behalf of those who go in those positions. And may this light be a light that is unconditional, non-judgmental, and may it actually create a healing in those particular circles. And the Holy Spirit says dens. So may all of us who know people who are vibrating on that frequency, may they also understand that they have an opportunity to carry light amongst themselves and with themselves into that arena and the surrounding circles. Also, through divine grace and through the power of divine grace, may we uplift each other's soul, so that we see all that we are to see and receive all that we are to receive and more, so that true enlightenment within ourselves can be accomplished in this lifetime and very soon. May we reach out and help those who are unable to help themselves, and do it unconditionally, meaning without any form of judgment on our part. And may we take the time in our quieter moments to help eradicate biases, prejudices that have no place, really no place, in the world amongst humanity. And may we shower those areas that need that attention with absolute unconditional love, humility, compassion, restoration. May we create various degrees of transformation and transcendence. May we also be able to tune into those higher forces connected to ourselves, so that we are able to accomplish all that we have come to accomplish, be it in solo form, partnership, co-partnership, and collective group levels of consciousness. And so shall it be. I feel that as I bring this thought out about dreaming for success, you can use dreams to target any areas in your life that you are seeking a greater light for yourself. Excuse me. Hopefully you can see me better now. So that there is a energy that is encompassing your energy field, that creates expansion, healing, wholeness, or wellness, as you may so desire it to be. When we are dreaming for success, you will decide what is successful for you. You will know that because your higher self, that divine essence of you, is always communicating to you through the power of dreams, through the power of your meditations, through the power of your waking state when you're just daydreaming, and also through the divine emanations that are presented to you in different ways throughout your life. And what I mean by that is you might receive a divine intervention or visitation from a higher source that is fully aware of your development spiritually and where you are headed along your path at this time in your life. Many times we are all reaching out and seeking that higher source, that infinite source of light that can elevate us. And true, finances are needed, but there are people who have finances and still their egos aren't in check. So it doesn't matter. What matters is that what you do brings a sense of peace into your life, and also peace that can touch the lives of other people who are connected to you. And I'm talking about the immediate, close circles of people around you. Sometimes you are not in a position to be able to touch those more distant circles, but everything that you're doing along your own spiritual path is creating a rippling effect. So we're going to utilize today's program right now so that you could dream that level of success into your life where whatever you're doing is rippling across the sea of consciousness and rippling across the seas of silence and becomes a buoy, a living buoy for other people to reach out and grab and bring into their lives. Because all of us want to do something that is going to create a sense of healing for others. And we want to make sure that whatever we are doing, and it's going to assist those who need the assistance. And I can tell you a lot of people need the assistance. People are seeking it all the time. So I'm going to let my spiritual connections, known as the Angel of Grace, Akhenaten, my own ancestors, Mother Grace and her mother, Grandma Charlotte, I'm going to let them take over in another minute or so and let them lead us into opportunities, energetic opportunities, because everything is in a field or form of energy. And once we remember that and realize that, then we begin to see the manifestation come upon us in spirit first, and then materialize into the physical world around us. And before it does that, it's going to be seated inside ourselves, just like a mother carries the child in the womb. We all do the same. We carry consciousness inside. So what I'm going to do right now is I want you to, and this is real. This is not something you're making up. I've experienced it thousands upon thousands of times. The energy around us is always full and overflowing with divine intelligence, and it is a part of us as well as it is a part of the divine source. So it hears every intention and feels it and responds to it accordingly. So what I want you to do right now is to envelope yourself in a pure field of white light. The minute you are projecting that thought, those particles in your auric field, electrons, neutrons, and protons, pick up on the reflection of that and send it forth around you. And it encases you in such a way as you will think and feel that nothing that is not of the divine shall enter that space and be disruptive around you. So take a moment and envision that, or feel the presence with your inner eye, your chakras, your heart center. Feel it and know that it's always present. And as you are doing that right now, know that you are an intelligent form of energy. You are a brilliant form of energy that is infinite and that is connected to the divine source and all other sources connected to that divine source. So what I'm saying is, in essence, is that you can do this. You can do this at any time, any moment in your life. You could take the time and engage in this energy field, which can be simply measured if you understood the use of dowsing tools, such as dowsing L rods and pendulums, or someone who is very sensitive with their hands. They could feel your energy field front, back, 360 degrees, and can feel the shift within that field of energy around you, known as your aura, which is a term coined by the late Edgar Cayce. So take a moment with me, and we're going to create a dream that you're going to be able to utilize right away. And what I mean by right away, right in this moment, you're going to trigger the elements around you. You're programming it so that when you decide to go to sleep tonight, all you have to do is think of the one particular scene, energy signature, or picture, or sound, or feeling that stands out the most to you. And as we do this, my ancestors, Mother Grace and Grandma Charlotte, want you to know that everything that you're doing is going to work for you, and it's going to put you in another flow, another dimensional flow, and the realm of consciousness that you're going to tap into has always been present. You're just becoming more aware of it. So as we begin to move into this field of light, just feel its presence. It might be for you like a bricklayer, building it one layer at a time around you. But it could be more like just a feeling of energy, waves of energy rising up around you that come in like a high tide, and when they descend, there's a membrane of light that's there, and you're feeling its presence. And you can feel the magnetism simply just by taking the palms of both hands without touching them and move them back and forth, and you'll feel a slight pull. And this is that electromagnetic field inside your auric field that actually extends beyond the length of your arms and legs and rest of your body. It is always present. You have your own, and then you're walking through a space that's like the collective energy that emanating from trees and plants and animals, or I should say spirit forms in animal bodies, in insect bodies, in birds' bodies, and in the clouds, radiating off of buildings internally and externally on the buildings. This is happening all the time. All I need for you is to know that that light is always present, and it becomes more intensified the more you place your awareness into the field of light around you. As you do this, just allow yourself to relax into it with deep breathing. And in the beginning, it's just inhaling through the nose and releasing that breath through the mouth. About each inhalation and exhalation is one count, so you do it about 4 to 5 times, which is sufficient. You don't need to extend it, because your body knows how to trigger you to inhale and exhale. It's been doing it for all of your life in this current state of awareness. So it's involuntary. It's already willed into motion, and it's always happening all the time. So at this point, as you're moving about, as you're moving forward, just inhale fully through the nose and exhale fully through the nose. Place your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your two front teeth. This connects the front pillar of light coming down the center of your body with the back pillar of light going up your back over your spine. And they are connected just beneath the tailbone. In fact, I don't ask people to lock in on that. Just be just outside of it. And they connect right over the top of your head. Just relax into this flow now. As you relax into this flow, I want you to pick something like we did on our Blog Talk Radio program yesterday. Pick something that you're seeking to bring into your life. Again, it could be you need a promotion on your job, or you're looking for a new career or new business, or there's something that you have difficulty with all the time and you're seeking to conquer it. Yesterday I used overcoming tech issues when I'm broadcasting, whether it's internet radio or live video stream. And just rather than worrying about it, just relax into the flow and everything will bring itself forward in the proper way. As you do this, we just pick something. Maybe you want a better sense of communication with your mate or a parent, an elder, a child, or maybe your sibling. But you're going to pick something that's comfortable for you, because we don't want to bring up anything that's going to trouble you. And the reason for that is I want you to be able to grasp it fully the first time. When you pick quote-unquote smaller projects, the more comfortable you get, the better you get, the more on point you become. Then you can pick something difficult, considered difficult by you. And then you'll see that most difficult task, most difficult journey melt away. All the oppositions just melt away. So take a moment now. And as you're moving into this, just relax into it. Remember, all life is energy. That's what the ancient Egyptians taught, and the Kabbalion. All life is energy. The universe is mental. So in you is the universe, and you're in the universe, so whatever you think has to come to the surface eventually. All thoughts that you lay out go around and come back. They come like on a wheel, on a cycle, and spin back to you. They don't come back weak with energy, they come back with power, with a sense of heaviness behind it. But heaviness in terms of weight, meaning they will precipitate. Just like the clouds gather water through the heat process, bringing it up, cycling up into the clouds, and then the clouds get heavier and heavier and heavier, and finally rain is released upon the earth. It is the same process. Just your thoughts and your feelings together are creating this magnetism, and eventually it's going to let it flow. You just look to receive it, embrace it, as well as to recognize it. Because you have to recognize the subtle patterns that are going on in your life so that you know that it's coming in your direction, and that you can kind of jump on the train and go with the flow. As you begin to feel the presence of this, I want you to place your awareness in the center of it. Not on the outside, in the center of it. So to yourself, seek that part which is the quietest part of it. Just like when a hurricane comes and they tell you about the eye of the hurricane and how wide it is, how many miles wide it is. And when someone tells you that, as the eye is right over you, you could step out of your house and be right in the center of the eye where it's absolutely calm, but you can't stay there forever. But in this, you can. So I want you to be in the eye, in the center of all your thoughts and feelings, where you can see the pictures being placed together by you, by your hands, your mental hands, your emotional hands. And you're making that image absolutely clear to you. And you're placing your signature upon it, your emotional signature, where you feel very excited, elated, joyful. You feel a sense of accomplishment. And you know that what you are doing is helpful to you as well as others. So you now take this on. And as you take this on, you're inhaling it into your system. And as you exhale, it's spreading throughout your system. Inhaling again, the concept, the idea, the outcome, and taking it into your body. And as you exhale, releasing it up into your auric field. Until you feel the unification of your auric field and this idea, full of electromagnetic energy. And you're in it. You can feel it. You know that you're at total peace. So place your awareness right in front of your sternum, even with your physical heart, which is to the left, but about this much space between the tip of your index or middle finger and your thumb. Place your thumb in the middle of your sternum, and that space right where the ridge is of your palm, or right here in the center, which is your heart center. We just want you to feel that spot. And now you're programming all of those elements there to reflect back to you that which you are desiring to see accomplished, to see changed for the better, and know that you are creating this success in the form of a dream. That everything in the dream is absolutely clear. There are no doubts or illusions, no fears, which are false expectations appearing real, none of that. Real energy that's very clear to you, where you know that you are about to fulfill a great opportunity or a series of opportunities for yourself. This is your opportunity to know and feel your own greatness of your divinity pouring through. And that there's no way in the world that you shall be lost in it. That you shall receive all that you desire, and you shall receive it wholly. Know that within you is this essence of greatness for you. That all shall be well. And now you're going to just allow it to be. You are going to allow this energy to factor into your life, and you're just going to receive it wholly within yourself, and that you know that you're in absolute peace. So as you focus on the heart center, you are focusing on peace and happiness. You know that there's harmony there. Harmony is with you. You are this harmonic, peaceful being. And yes, you are aware that since you are on this earth ship, that often there are a lot of imbalances happening. Again, through doubt and illusion from yourself sometimes, as well as from others. But we're seeking the river of peace, harmony, and happiness. And it's there. We just engage it more with our sense of awareness and remembrance. Awareness is our in our present moment, and remembrance is tapping into past streams of consciousness where success took place, and sometimes where there was no success. But the bottom line is, when we tap into the what I call the angel or the spirit of remembrance, we begin to tap in and find those sources that are valid back then and they're valid now. Remember, all things are energy. So the spirit of Mother Grace and Grandma Charlotte applauds you for this first step. And now I hear what I want to do. We're going to take you on a variation of a meditation I did back between 1997 and 2000. Back then, when I was developing my original Creative Pathwork Meditations, and I used to plan them on the bus from Port Authority bus from New York City all the way into New Jersey on a Friday night when I was teaching at a metaphysical bookshop called the Wise Man's Bookstore, and the guy has long ago he has transitioned about 2 years ago now. Uh, but those meditations on a Friday night became the most popular. And what I mean by that, I would average anywhere from 15 to 25 to 30 people in a room. And I would get these guided journeys and I would be able to remember them and write them down once I got home. And I would be able to take people on the journey over and over and over as it called for it. So we're going to take a trip to the great central sun right now. And this energy field that you established for your Dreaming for Success project for tonight is still resonating and vibrating around you right now. And so I want you to know that there's a beautiful bluish gold with a little bit of teal or turquoise in it, with some lavender in it, almost a royal purple pushing through it. And these are chakra energy zones, but they're also gifts, or I'm going to call them keys, to help you unlock what you're about to unlock for yourself. But we need the energy field to be raised higher. We need it to expand greatly around you. So we don't need this energy field to be, if you could put your arms out from your middle finger back to your body, we don't need it in that space. We need it bigger than that. So I want you to look at where your fingertip ends and know it overlaps with back to your wrist and that you're sending out more. So let's say this is about 3 feet. In fact, my wingspan is shorter, so I better check that. From my chest to little past my elbow, that's 12 inches. I leave a little indentation there. So I have about 24, and then I have another 3. So my reach to one side is 27 inches. That's not counting going toward the center of my chest. So my wingspan is like 54 inches. If we went from where my side of my chest was to the center of my heart, that's almost another 6 to 7 inches. So I'll say 7 inches, that's 34, and that makes sense. You know, when you buy a shirt, that's just about your arm's length in a shirt, 34 inches for me. So when we double it, then they say my wingspan should be 68. Okay. So that's not really necessary at this point for what we're doing. We're just honoring the presence of energy. And I want us to experience this. So what you want to do right now is just be aware, as I say, of your wingspan, but just to one side. You want actually, if it's 34 inches from the center of your chest to your fingertip, you want twice that space or more. So I'm going with 34 times 3, which gives me 102, and another 34 gives me 136 inches out from the center of my chest away. So what am I seeking? What am I actually seeking here? I'm seeking that distance all the way around my body, not just parallel to the floor. All 360 degrees. So that gives me a comfortable range in which to work this energy. And as we know, energy is always connecting us, right? Energy is around us all the time. We call light energy because we just don't have a better word for it. And I need to work with a B tone. This B tone is with your crown chakra, and I believe the G tone is the heart chakra. So we're going to pull that out. Now, you don't necessarily have to hear this. Just know the presence is there. And what you want to do, I don't know if you'll hear it. I don't want to bring it too close. Just enough. low tone is the heart chakra, which is G note. And the upper one is the B, or crown chakra. You know, in pranic healing, they would call this twin flame. Bringing your crown into your heart, and vice versa. Okay, so now that we have that energy focused for us, it just initiates it, it plants the seed so that we can move in the direction we need to move in. So I want you to know that you're feeling comfortable and all is well with you. Now, if you heard that, what it did was it actually lifted your vibration. And it opened up the heart chakra and the crown chakra at the same time and actually set up a clear path. But this clear path now is not like dropping straight into the heart. It's actually going to go around your head. It's going to touch all the miniature chakra points, or I call them sun points. I've always done that for years. On the top of your head, the little solar points. Long before I got into solar rejuvenation work, I knew that these points were like the sun. The Chinese call it the eye sky, that right on top of the center of your head. Sky eye, they call it, because it was facing the sky. It's also dropping into the right and left temple, the brow center, ajna, the third eye, and the base of the skull, and then dropping into the throat center, and then the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the lunar plexus, and the root. And it's running through your body and connecting all these minor zones through your arms and legs at the same time. And through the upper chakras from the base of your skull down into the point between your shoulder blades. So there's a whole segment, a whole circle of fields of energy that all of this is reaching into. Now, all I want you to focus on, I'm going to give you this image. You're not going to place it in your heart. You're going to place it outside your body. And I want you to place this image. Could be 27 inches away from you if you like, or 36 inches away from you if you like, but not on top of your body. Should be right in front of you though. Should be even with your heart chakra, the center of it. It is a ball of white light. I just want you to know that it is there and it's spinning and it's turning in front of you. And this ball of white light within it has all the rainbow colors, even down into an iridescent form. There's even platinum, silvers, and titanium whites in there. Flecks of light. There are flames of light coming from the center outward. And I can feel this energy radiating into my fingertips right now. So we're in touch with it because those tones opened up the body and now you're in it. Just go with the flow. Feel the presence and know that you're at one with this image of the great central sun. There is an auric field around it, and it is emanating a beautiful, picturesque flow of flames. And as you look into the flame, not on top of the GCS, but just outside of it, you will begin to see it clarify itself for you, and you will see the various striations of light. They will be gold, they will be silver, they will be platinum, they will be chrome lights. You will see metallic gold in there. You're going to see royal purple and lavender lights, fuchsia pink, magenta, turquoise, and teal. You're going to see azurite there. You'll see the azurite sparkling with gold. You'll see the pyrite emanation sparkling with purple and silver. Beautiful yellow, and cadmium red colors. Reddish orange lights. Everything imaginable. It's infinite. Now, certain rays of light will connect with you, but I want you to understand that you can connect with all of it. And Akhenaten has taken over, and he is saying this energy field of the great central sun is opening up its arms to you. And it's embracing your chi as it remembers who you are. And the great central sun's chi and your chi are mated together, communicating with each other. You're going to feel a slight electrical charge run around your body and through your body. It will not get you sick. You will not get a headache. If anything, it'll tickle you. Give you a slight itch on your skin, but it will tickle you. Take a deep breath. And if you look with your mind's eye through your heart center and through your crown center, through your throat center, you will see a cluster of phoenix energies forms and dragon-like energy forms going and coming through the flames. You will see the eyes look at you as if they're winking at you. There will be waves of light like water floating in your direction. You will also hear sounds coming to you. And these sounds are really on the inside of you. So the sounds are already on the inside, coming to the top like a gurgling sound, like a waterfall sound, like water dropping out of a faucet sound. All of this is connected to you. You'll even feel the sound of a flame crackling. This is very unique for each and every person, but more unique for you if you are humble, if you're overflowing with unconditional love right now. You're not commanding anything, you're just blending with the light of GCS, the Great Central Sun. Akhenaten says, a minute 10, that's me, let's just move them a little deeper. We're going to give you a scene to walk into. The particles of light are forming beneath your feet and beneath your body. So you're not just walking in or running in or trotting in, you're actually floating into this field of energy, into a pool of light. Like a womb, you pass through it, and you begin to see light forms all around. And these light forms that you can see, you can also feel. Akhenaten says you're going to replay this image, even if you have to replay it over again. This part of the program, I'm going to upload it, the entire program, onto my YouTube channel. So I want you to come back and replay it over and over. We're not done yet. We're just going to cause you to go a little deeper into it. We want the signature of the great central sun to be upon you, and we want you to recognize that you've always been there. You've journeyed there numerous times, even as a child. Lifetime to lifetime, you've been there. So as you move through this, and I, Ameneten, want to let you know that you are this energy. Take your time and let it um, acclimate itself to you. You are now in it. You have one more flame membrane of flames of light to walk through. And it's sort of like enrobing you with your particular vibration. You will know because it will touch certain parts of your physical body, your etheric body, and you will feel it now. So pay attention if you feel energy tickling across your collarbone, right, left, or center. If it's coming down the sternum, if it's on the right temple or left temple, if it's on the right side of your nose or the left side of your nose or the tip of your nose or around your lips or in the chin right here, if it's underneath your jaw area, touching your earlobe, if it's radiating along the edge of your ear, you might feel it on your hands. In fact, when you are replaying this later, you should put some crystals around you. If you have any crystal quartz bowls, you should have them around you, and it's okay to ring the bowl during this. It will help lock the sound in for you. Using a C tone or using a G tone, which is the heart chakra, G note, or using a B tone, which is the crown chakra. So as a meditant, I'm giving the keys back over to Akhenaten. He has streams and cords of light all around your body. He says many of you who listen to this want certain gifts to come forward. They know your gift, he says. And they're going to bring the gift forward for you. We have in place solar angels all around and masters all around who are going to bring this forward as a gift unto you. You may say a prayer of your own, but we will say one now for you. And this prayer is an affirmative prayer as well as a decree. And just like all my prayers start through divine power and by divine grace, this new day for you, this new moment for you, is bringing forth everything that you desire to accomplish in your life now. This light is traveling down through your body into your toes, the soles of your feet, so that wherever you walk, you're walking with the governance and the high principles and the virtues of the great central sun within you. All that you are doing now allows you to receive more and expand your awareness and remembrance. For each and every one of you desires keys and desire personal tools of transformation that will help enliven you and help transform you. Know that every time you are listening to this broadcast, this particular broadcast, you are opening yourself up in minute ways to the degrees, which mean increments of light, for an ascending consciousness. And this consciousness which shall ascend shall unlock many doors so that your divine self can step down into you and begin to operate in your body so that you have full control. It will operate within your auric field. So it will be encasing you from head to toe, and you'll be walking around inside of it. And as you do so, the particles of energies of your divine self will begin to blend gradually with your mental, causal, etheric, emotional, physical, and material energy fields around you. It will not override you because you make your own decisions, as in pushing the buttons yourself, but the instructions are there internally because they are embedded in your cellular memory, and you will move along at your own pace. There will be certain times that you will listen to different types of music. Most of the music is soothing to you. Some of the music is upbeat to you. Some of the music will put you to sleep. Those that put you to sleep is honoring the deepest levels of your great central sun self and all of the elements therein. So as we move into this at 6:08 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:08 p.m. for the Pacific Coast and for people in the Central Time Zone. So you will flow through it. Just continue to move through the process. All of the lights that are coming through, the droplets of lights that are coming through, are allowing you to operate on a higher level with yourself. So, for instance, platinum, which is almost close to chrome, which is a higher vibration of silver light, is giving you eloquence of speech, and even the tone of your voice may become more melodic, more rhythmic, so that when you are in communication with angels and all other elements, you feel their rhythm, they feel your rhythm. It's like you're dancing together. Your mind will be at peace and more expansive, though. So your memory is going to kick in faster. And if you're seeing golden lights, like golden white lights, that is working toward more of your divinity in action on a higher plateau, so that you can comprehend beyond the higher realms of angelic forces and principles, and also any, I'll say, spirit guides that have evolved to a very high level around you. Because not only are you learning, but all that is around you is also learning from you. So there's this exchange of energy. Akhenaten says that is constantly and consciously and unconsciously and subconsciously going on at all times, saying that you're in constant communication. So let's say, as an example, while you're in the presence of the great central sun, you are seeking to being able to communicate with someone from the constellation of Sidus, or the Arcturians, or the Palladians. You'll begin to see the signature of the communication between them and you. I am quite sure that there are some specific waves of energy that they throw out towards you, but you don't have to dig it all up out of your cellular memory. It will present itself to you. Some of our elders, like my elders, my late mother Grace and her mother Grandma Charlotte, I remember being around them when they were doing their own spiritual teas for tea readings, and they would sing a gospel tune, or they would hum it. My mother's favorite, because her name was Grace, was Amazing Grace, and she would hum that or sing that. Many times she would change the words to suit the situation, and then all of a sudden information would tumble out toward her so that she can assist somebody. So often you'll begin to remember all of this. You can't rush it, that's for sure. You can't get in the car and drive fast and go across town without causing some type of difficulty, so you just let it come into you as you go into it. And this is your ability that we all carry. When it is time for you, you will walk more into the light to carry more of the light. And those who are supposed to see your light will see your light, and those who are not supposed to see your light will not see your light. That doesn't mean that they're operating from a level of negativity. It just means that they're not on that level to see it at that moment. What I mean by looking straight on to you, but if they know how to look into the auric field, they look just past you, or look a couple of inches out in front of you, and then they'll see the field of energy come out. And they'll see, okay, this is not your average person, man or woman. This is somebody that's working with energy on a higher level, and I could feel it. So this is why, if you know something like different practices of physical yoga, or devotional yoga, which is called bhakti yoga, or you go into kriya yoga, something like that, or you know something about qigong or tai chi chuan. You just practice it for yourself. If you utilize the energy to connect with the earth element and everything rolling around the earth, you will have a greater control of your environment, and you will also be able to pass more energy without using your personal energy. You'll be able to call on that spirit energy and pass it around into the surroundings for yourself. So, this is what you want to be able to do. You want to release the power of this energy as it builds up. Some of it will stick with you because you're kind of playing with it, and others you'll learn to relax and let go and direct, because it's all about not just holding on to energy, but letting the energy come, do what you need it to do for you, and then relay it back out to places that need the energy. So this is why some of the things that people are going to start doing, they're going to start radiating energy into specific areas that need it. And this is why a part of this journey tonight is sending energy to war-torn areas, to areas that were defeated by hurricanes and earthquakes and tornadoes and twisters, places where illness set in. Because we're not just here to gather this energy just to uplift ourselves, but know that everything around you has to uplift with you. You have to affect it on some level. So I do plan every Thursday. Since I can do these shows for as long as I want, I'm not going to do a marathon show for 3 hours unless Spirit calls for it. We're going to send some energy into all places. And we can send it in a general place. Right now, we're just inside the etheric vibration of the great central sun. And I'm going to tell you at this point that if you're seeing platinum, silver, and gold, that you're going to take that energy with you in your remembrance. If you're seeing turquoise lights or teal blue lights or azurite kind of lights, pyrite kind of lights, if you're going to see salmon peach kind of colors, which is sort of like a pinkish orange, that's more like the Christ consciousness level. You're just going to take a piece of it, like sipping a little piece of tea, and you're going to place that in your awareness so that it's healing for you and healing for others. So that we're doing more than one thing, so that we're elevating on a completely different level, and know that if you want, you can have full recognition, so that when you're sleeping, you know that you're in the great central sun working. And many of you will have all your teachers there. I'm there with Akhenaten many times now. I can remember being in the great central sun. He has taken me there numerous times, and we're working with the healing of bodies that have been wounded through wars, through domestic violence, through car accidents here on this plane, and accidents, quote unquote, accidents in those zones. And we're working on many souls' consciousnesses so that we all remember. Many of us, like myself, I'm an anchor, so I'm a guardian. I sit by the door and I anchor it so that you can go through, go and come. That's part of what I do. So just relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's about 6:19 p.m. Do it again. We've been at it for about 30 minutes almost, 45 minutes roughly. Just relax into the flow. And I want you to say these words to yourself. Through divine power and by divine grace, the great central sun of I am causes me to remember my divine plans. And what I have come here to do, I shall now begin to remember, even while I'm asleep, dreaming, having astral traveling journeys, and so forth. And that I will have perfect recall. Because if you can have perfect recall, anyone who's around you will begin to develop that as well. You're doing this to assist yourself and your loved ones and your spiritual groups, meaning the pods, soul groups that you have various connections with, be that on this planet or another constellation, wherever. But that you'll remember that and just allow it to be. I'm also hearing throughout the night that many want to have a connection to Mother Nature on Earth, how the winds and the waters work, all the elements. So you want to, in your personal meditations, be aware, even in your waking state, when wind comes up around you, to tune into the vibration. And as you tune into the vibration of wind, you'll feel the blessings of your lessons by feeling information that comes to you. So you know that no matter what you're doing, you'll be rolling with the sources of energy at all times. Let me have a sip of water. Because everything is necessary at this time for you to do. And you want to be able to honor that part of yourself. And I have a feeling you're going to do quite well. Just kind of flow with it now. Stand in the center of the great central sun. Know that there's a connection between your heart center chakra and the great central sun and your crown chakra and the great central sun. The energy centers in the palms of your hand and the soles of your feet are in touch with it. That you can visit whenever you want. Just know that you're in the shield of light when you do it. And as you do this, it is okay to call upon many angels to watch over your physical body while you're in meditation or while you are asleep. To have ancestors watch over you as well. But also travel with higher angelic forces and master guides into those zones. And again, you don't come in there breaking down the door of the light with your shoulder. You don't have to. Just know you're going to float in and walk into it, as we say. You will eventually begin to remember everything that you see. I'll let you know there's some running water there. There's rivers there, bodies of water there. There are mountains in there. There are cities in there, very divine heavenly cities in the great central sun, quite expansive, and is far bigger than the physical sun that we see. It's huge. And so are you. So we're going to take this moment. I'm going to gradually bring you back to your physical form. And all you basically have to do so that you know that you're back is while you're busy inhaling and exhaling through your nose, I want you to move your fingers gradually, stretch them from the knuckles out, your fingers. Lightly form a fist with your hands. And what you want to do is move your feet. Gradually stretch your spine just a tad and push up through the top of your head. Don't force it up, just gently push up and then set your head back into your body posture. Turn from the waist, right and left, real gradually. Kind of bounce your knees up and down, putting your balls of your feet on the floor and just bouncing the heels up and down. Don't let them touch the floor. Just bounce just a little, just to shake the energy through the body, and stop for about 2 or 3 seconds. You can do one leg or the other leg or both. I suggest you do both, and then you just stop. And if you want to know how long is 3 seconds or 4 seconds, is like this. If you start bouncing your legs, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just stop. You don't have to do any more than that. You may have bounced your leg, your heel, 3 to 4 times on each second. So if you did it 3 times in 10 seconds, that was 30 times, or 4 times in each second for 10 seconds, that was 40 times. So you've got a lot already. You don't need any more than that. Just kind of roll your shoulders, roll your arms and hands, your neck, just relax. Drink some water. The water should be at room temperature always. Anything that's icy will shock your body. You don't need to do that. You don't want to cause any cramps. What I would like you to do at this time is to get a pen and pad out and allow yourself to just write about your experience in the great central sun. You should keep a journal, just like a dream journal, a notebook journal about your experiences with the great central sun. And you're going to realize that you know a lot more, you've seen a lot more, because whether you're doing it in your waking state as a meditation or in a sleep session, that there's a lot of things that you don't recall right away, but you begin to see them. They start to stand out in your mind, and you begin to recall them. It's about 7:28 p.m. This is interesting, almost going a full 2 hours into this program. When it hits 6:38, we'll be a full 2 hours into this program. Now, if you have any questions, I suggest that you email me at iam, the letters iam Circle of Grace with the number one at the end at yahoo.com, or IAM dot Circle of Grace 1 at gmail.com. That's I am, all in lowercase, dot Circle of Grace with the number one at the end at yahoo.com or gmail.com. And I'll most certainly go a little deeper in your experience with you with answering your questions. Or you could put them in a private inbox message on Facebook, but it'd be best if you email me. I'm not on. I may look like I'm on Facebook all the time, but that's just my messenger, Facebook Messenger that's open. So I'm there, but I'm not answering all the time. I'm putting up a lot of spiritual essays that come to me. I want to thank you for enjoying me wherever you are. Those of us who are in Albuquerque, woo, the heat, 99 degrees plus, 2 days, 3 days in a row. We had a little bit of wind that picked up just now. I don't know if that was rain. I couldn't tell. But this has been an interesting week. We've had some rain, some drizzles, and then things just stopped. It was supposed to go down a little bit in temperature, but it's probably going to still be a little on the muggy side. In any event, allow yourself to tune into nature around you, because the more you elevate yourself, everything around you is going to elevate, which means that you're going to begin to communicate telepathically with different sections of nature. That's right, you're going to have find out some of you have a perfect communication with birds, other animals, insects. You're going to be able to communicate. You're going to hear, and you're going to be on the same frequency, and you're going to realize that they could talk to you in your language. Isn't that something? They hear your thought, they see your thought, and throw it back at you in your terminology. So what we think that insects aren't intelligent creatures, they're more intelligent than what we think. They would have to be. How could ants build a whole city underneath the ground that could stretch out for 20, 30, 40 feet from the center? How is it an insect could smell or detect food in your house and know which house to go into? Through the pipes. They know, because they're reading energy all the time. They know. So we have to learn how to read energy too. If we learn how to read energy more often, we would go back into the minds like ancient farmers and aboriginal shaman medicine and medicine women who could read the flight of birds, the tracks of bears and other animals and insects, and know when something is about to shift. So we have this ability right now to develop an awareness to help keep balance functioning on this earth. It is a part, it's not a karmic thing, it is a part of your duty to help create harmony. Just like if you were a billionaire, you could help people with jobs. Millionaire help people with jobs. Help people to have computers, have better access to herbal medicines or any kind of medicines that they want. So you're very wealthy to have this energy about you that allows you to, um, let's call it, donate it, send it into those areas that badly need it. We want to assist on as many levels as possible. So 4 more minutes will be exactly, will be exactly an hour and a half. Again, if you have any questions, email me at my primary email, which is iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at yahoo.com, or my secondary one, which is iam.circleofgrace1 at gmail.com. And I'm going to just take a minute and put some highlights, points in here for people so that when they come here, they'll see what was discussed. And let's see. Dreaming for success. And we want to, again, help people understand. I mean, make sure that people know that we talked about that tonight. And now, I'm going to top in here variation of my original Creative Pathwork Meditation from 1997 to 2001 AD. Because we got to make sure people are getting information, and that you can get this information. You can start to work with it. It's very important now that we start working with the information that we discover and let people really evolve through it. And there are many teachers that can help you do that. I'm just one of them that's letting you know I'm here to help you. I have my own fees and things, but when I do a show, it's free, unless otherwise it's up there for pay on demand. That's something different. Same with my Blog Talk Radio show that happens every Wednesday for about 30 minutes. We got on late yesterday, technical issues, and man, it was hot, so we only got 16 minutes for the show. Nonetheless, people were benefiting from it and benefiting from tonight. So that's the great thing about doing two shows back to back. When I do what I do on Blog Talk Radio, I can cover in the top part of my Ustream live video program that follows on Thursdays. So I want to make sure that if you miss one, you get a little bit of it in the next one. If you would like to call me, I have two numbers that I'm going to let out. My brand new Skype internet number is 505-349-4722. That's 505-349-4722. And my meditational decree request line number shares the same last four digits. So it is 505-717-4722. When you call 505-717-4722, you experience a 2-minute meditational prayer and decree. Then you can leave your 10-digit phone number along with your brief message and your name so I can reach out to you. Know that people are emailing and calling me all the time, so you have to give me at least 24 to 48 hours to connect with you. You only need to make that call once. Um, I have that connection to both of those numbers through this friend here. So sometimes I'll see the message pop up in an email with the second number, and I can hear both messages. So I want to thank you for joining me. It is very hot still, and I want to knock out these lights. But I want to thank you for coming on. Well, this was Thursday, June the 9th, 2016, and this was an opportunity to share this information with you. I'm looking forward to be here next week. And if not, what you can do is just go to my YouTube channel, Brother Francis E. Revels Bey. Go to my YouTube channel and just listen to some of the previous shows there. I have 60 some odd videos up in there. So you can listen to many of them. You can hear the most recent ones. And that way you're not missing anything. And sometimes you can go to the Blog Talk Radio and listen to a few of those 30-minute shows. Feel free right now to download these shows. In the future, I will be putting many of them up into CDs for a small fee or DVD for a small fee. They'll be part of other courses. So I want to thank you for joining me this evening. My grace is your grace. This is the Circle of Grace 1 with myself, Brother Francis E. Revels Bey, live here at Ustream.tv. Looking forward to be here next week. Looking forward to be at Blog Talks, the Age of Remembrance channel that I have there on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific Time for about 30-minute show on Blog Talk Radio every Wednesday. The Age of Remembrance, subtitle Circle of Grace 1 in the Age of Remembrance. We're going to cover Dreaming for Success again so that we get this information out. And again, we'll review a little bit next Thursday at the live video stream here at 5 p.m. Mountain, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll go into some other areas. Thank you so much. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you real soon. Thank you for being supportive.